celebrating Africa's rich cultural heritage.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Abntv Issue Desk program. Hi, I'm Ifeoluwa Adesanya. Today's edition of Fact Findings, we are diving into a wonderful topic: Nigeria's democratic journey, people's verdicts. Come along with me as we dig into the facts. According to Tribune newspaper, OSUN State Civil Society's coalition, in collaboration with the state government, on Thursday celebrated the 32nd anniversary of June 12 in Osogbo, the state's capital, with a call from Governor Ademola Adeleke, urging Nigerians to defend the country's democracy and uphold the principles of justice, equality and freedom. The governor who made the call had the program held at Hadolak Event Hall, Old Governor's Office, Osogbo, said, "Today we celebrate the 32nd anniversary of that historic day, now rightly enshrined as Democracy Day, symbolizing the collective will of our people for freedom, justice, and democratic governance. As we commemorate June 12, we honor the sacrifices of our heroes who fought tirelessly for the democratic freedoms we now enjoy. We also mark the anniversaries of our nation's transition to democracy and the relentless struggles of our forebears. We remember with deep respect, admiration, the late business mogul and philanthropist Chief MKO Abiola inspired the nation." On our special segment of Fact Findings, we take you to the field where stories are unfold. We bring you real voices, experiences, and insights. Fact Findings, the truth is in the field. Let's listen to the voice of the people.
I'm making demands on government, and today, being 12th of June 2025, we are making number one demand that the federal government of Nigeria should jettison the idea of imposing 5% petroleum tax on Nigerians. We are strongly making a demand on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to jettison the idea of another 5% that will bring another chip on Nigerians. Two, we are saying that inflation should be arrested now via sound economic policies, via agricultural development that is targeted towards farmers in Nigeria to bring agricultural revolution to the nation. We are making a demand on free speech, that Nigerians should be able to speak freely and go to their homes after speaking freely their minds without defaming anybody. We are saying that the economy is currently in comatose. The president should bring an economic team that will arrest the fall of Naira against the dollar, because our economy is denominated in dollars. So we are saying that the government should do policies that will bring down dollar to Naira equivalent so that Nigerians can have a life to live. On OSUN State, we are making a demand that the governor should, with immediate effect, recruit teachers forthwith. We are making a demand that the government should recruit health workers into our institutions. We do not want buildings alone. We want active actors in our hospitals, primary health centers, general hospitals, teaching hospitals. We want them to recruit, and we want services to be 24 hours for people. Those are the little bit of demand we are making on this day.
Significance of June 12th. June 12 represents a clear cut in the annals history of our democracy in Nigeria. That is the first time Nigerians went out and elect their leader, irrespective of tribe, color, ethnic, or religious. Abiola won election in Kano State against Bashir Tova, who is an indigenous of Kano State. He won from the north to the south, east and west. But unfortunately, the military government of Ibrahim Babangida annulled this election. And that is what we are celebrating today. What we are celebrating today is a genuine democracy. Abiola said farewell to poverty. Abiola raised our hope. He said hope 93. But today, what we are witnessing is Tinubu came and said renew hope 2023. Are we have a new hope now? We are calling on Nigerian government to reciprocate what Abiola promised us. Abiola said we should say farewell to poverty. That means we should say bye-bye to poverty. Today, we are wallowing in abject poverty in Nigeria. Our government should do the needful. They should make Nigerians know that their economy works for them. Our economy must work for Nigeria, not for the Western world, not for the World Bank, not for the imperialists or for the IMF. Economy of Nigeria must work for the masses at Iyan for Orogi, Yekemi, Omefufu, Abataigba, not at UK, or US or World Bank. What we expect from our government is a government that will work for the masses of our people. They should work for the Nigerian masses, and that was the beauty of this democracy.
To question government at every level of what they are doing in the last 1 year, because June symbolizes farewell to poverty. You understand? And it's like 32 years now, and we realize that democracy is 26 years, and we realize that they are not doing enough at every level: federal government, state government, local government. That one is even more important. Local government is even more important. So, but for me, today is to do a state-by-state analysis of how far we have gone, and I can say it categorically that we are not doing well as far as OSUN is concerned. We are not doing well because they are not prioritizing people at the center of their program. They are not prioritizing what really matters to people, which is health, education. You understand? We question the state government that today you need to recruit teacher. If you are to beg government to recruit teacher, you know we are not doing it right. If we are to beg government, if we are to hospital, go to Union Society Hospital. As far as health sector is concerned, go to Union, so it's practically dead center. If you want to kill your family, just take them to that place. They don't even have enough manpower. As little as a generator they don't have in that hospital. And the NEPA already cut off their life because of non-payment of the required money. So, and even if you go to their laboratory, as little as blood tests, they cannot do it. That's how moribund our health sector is. But they are doing cosmetics. They are doing cosmetics in the area of building small primary health center, equipping it with beds. But where is the manpower? Where is the drugs? You know, those are the things that June 12 will continue to represent. That's why June 12 will never lose its value. We continue to question government at every level. We question Tinubu for removing our subsidy. That's the only thing that will benefit from government. But today, the money is in the hand of governors. So where is the money? Our people are writing a lot of prescription. Where is the light? People are paying for what they don't use. Where is the road? Where is the security? Which is primarily what governors and the president sign for. There are issues. But for what Yoruba will say, I sun ara ye lo ma múrin rántí ara ọ̀run, which literally means when the people alive are not doing well, you will remember the deaths. You know, that's what June 12 will continue to represent. That's why it will never lose its value. Thank you.
Welcome back. You have listened to the voice of the people. It's so glaring that the voice speaks more volume. It speaks more of deep emotions and real concerns. So earlier today, I had a deep conversation with one of our special guests, Comrade Dr. Waheed Lawal, on this issue, Nigeria's democratic journey, people's verdicts. Let's enjoy the conversation. Take a look. This is Fast Findings segment. Today, we are discussing the topic, Nigeria's democratic journey, the people's verdicts. Thanks for welcoming us, sir.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Please tell us your name and your position.
My name is Comrade Dr. Waheed Lawal. I am the chairman of OSUN Civil Society Coalition.
Okay, sir. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Let's begin with this question. Why did you and others come out to protest on that Democracy Day?
Well, you may target protest. I may thank you. It is a rally for democracy. Rally in the sense that we have protest when the election was annulled. We've led several protests up to the extent that we have been arrested by the military government, detained, and etc. Some were killed, some were dehumanized. So, but thank God, today the democracy we fought tooth and nail for is becoming a reality. At least we're having 26 years of unbroken democracy in the history of Nigeria. This is the first time in the history of this country that we're having that type of democracy that is so long in history.
So what actually triggered the...
You see, for the first time in the history of Nigeria, on June 12, 1993, Nigerians, irrespective of ethnics, religions, or tribe, they came out en masse. Over 14 million people came out and elect a president, Basharu Moshood Kassimawolawale Abiola. People from Kano, against all odds, voted Abiola against their own son, Bashir Tofa. It shows that for the first time in the history of Nigeria, Nigeria jettisoned the idea of tribalism, religion, ethnics, or any other sentiment to vote for somebody whom they believe is capable of leading them out of poverty. Abiola said, farewell to poverty. Abiola said, Hope 93. Hope 93, he said, okay, Nigeria they should be hopeful that we will have a government that will banish poverty, banish hunger, give them a meaningful living.
So do you think Nigerians are really enjoying this democracy? In this present state, are they enjoying democracy right now?
You see, when we're talking of enjoyment, it connotes many things. Today, that we have freedom to express ourselves, it's an enjoyment. That we can move freely from one part of the country to another one without anybody harassing you, you go back to your area. It's an enjoyment. But the real enjoyment, Nigerians are not enjoying it. Because if our life is being threatened, then we have no reason to be celebrating Democracy Day. But since we have started this unbroken 26 years democratic rule, we are able to change government from one party to another one. It's enough for us.
You say something that the real enjoyment that we have not started enjoying it. So what are the real enjoyment?
The real enjoyment is that the masses of our people must enjoy what we are calling democracy. Government should provide an economy that will work for the people of this country, not an economy that will be dictated by the imperialists, the Western world, the IMF, the World Bank. No, an economy that will benefit the masses in Iyefo-Orogi, the masses in Nnewi, in Nsukka, in Kaduna, in Sokoto, in Kano, in Enugu, in Onitsha, in Ile-Ife, in Okela-Orangun. So that is what democracy entails, and that is the real enjoyment we are talking about. Our people should know that we have government. We elect our people to lead us, and they were leading us aright.
How far do you think we have come since the original of June 12th?
Well, so far so good. At least when the election, when we held the election, the first notion of the military is that the election is inconclusive. So they said they have annulled the election. So for the first time in the history of Nigeria, we had the first language annulment from Babangida. Except you are familiar with the dictionary. I've never heard annulment before Babangida pronounced it. So ever since then, their thinking is that they want to bury it. But we said no. Nigeria has come out en masse and spoken powerfully. Their voice must be heard. Yes, we were arrested, we were detained, we were punished, but to the glory of God, former President Muhammadu Buhari recognized this day that, oh, this is the real democracy in Nigeria. And he honored Abiola with the highest honor any president can receive in Nigeria. So that shows, okay, the day has been recognized. Before the federal government recognized it, the state like OSUN, they have since Aregbesol's era, the state has been recognizing it, and they have been declared that day as public holiday before the federal government accept it. So now that the federal government and the state, they've all agreed that this is Democracy Day, and Babangida himself has come out to accept that Abiola won this election, though he's trying to deceive himself that he's not going to annull the election. He said it is Abacha. I don't know How a president and commander-in-chief will now be arrogate the power to annul to one of his subordinates. It has never happened, except he wants to tell us that Abacha is the commander-in-chief when he is the president. So if that is not the reason, IBB is the sole person that is responsible for the annulment of this election. But thank God, IBB is alive. June 12 has been recognized. Abiola has been honored. But it is not over yet. If they all agree that Abiola won that election, and the highest honor that befitting the president has been given to him, then all the emoluments that are accrued to the office of the president should be given to the family of Abiola. Let the federal government go into their own archive and check the record. If federal government is owing Abiola's family anything, they should pay it to the family of Abiola, so that the family will heap the sigh of relief that, oh, our breadwinner does not die in vain.
So, sir, what is your specific demand from the government?
It is simple. What we are demanding is a constitutional right. Constitution said that it is the duty of government to provide security for the life and property of its citizens. So we are demanding adequate security for our life and properties. Then the welfare of the people. It is constitutional duty. Constitution said welfare of people shall be the primary responsibility of government. So we are demanding for a simple thing. Government should be able to be alive to their responsibility in making sure that they provide security for our lives and property, and our welfare should be paramount to government.
So what is your message to the fellow Nigerians watching us right now?
The message is simple. We should not lose hope on Nigeria. Nigeria is on the right course, and we are going to get there very soon. So let's not lose hope on Nigeria. Nigeria will rise again.
Thank you very much, sir. It's such a great pleasure to partake in this Issue Desk program. I'm grateful. Thank you so much for your contributions. We appreciate your effort and time towards this meaningful conversation.
Thank you for having me.
Your name once again, sir?
My name is Comrade Dr. Wahid Lawal. I am the chairman of OSUN Civil Society Coalition.
Sure. All right. That was our special guest, Comrade Dr. Wahid Lawal, the chairman of OSUN State Civil Service Commission Society, sharing his experience, his insights, his opinions, and views concerning this issue, Nigeria's democratic journey, the people's verdict. I hope you are able to gain one or two things from his conversation. So, over to our viewers. What do you think about Democracy Day? What is the impact of democracy to the people? So to contribute to this conversation, kindly share your opinions and views by calling on this number 080-62-90-1186. I call the number again, 080-62-90-1186. Or if you want to comment, kindly comment on all our social media platforms. I will reply shortly after this program. So, according to my reports on the streets of Osogbo concerning this protest, on Democracy Day, Osogbo streets were filled with OSUN State Civil Service Commission students and activists staging a peaceful protest. They marched with placards, chanting against hunger, unemployment, high school fees, and a failing education system. Security operatives, police, and army were present to ensure peace, safeguard the life of the citizens, and thankfully, there was no violence. The protesters are hopeful that their message will lead to visible transformation and accountability. As one student put it, we are tired of status with no progress. We want real change. That was my report from the streets of Osogbo concerning democracy protests. So, to be sincere, in my own point of view, it is very clear and valid with all what we have seen that Nigerians are really standing on their rights. They are speaking the truth. All what they want is freedom, and they are getting the freedom. I love the fact that there is freedom of speech, there's freedom of expression, and there's freedom of movement. There's no any limitation about that. Democracy is a journey, and I believe as time goes on, Nigeria will surely get better. So far, there's unity, togetherness, and peace, love. It will all work together when we come as one body. Democracy is not about election. It is more than election. It's giving people power, fairness, and the freedom. All what people want is that they want their voice, they want their voices to be heard, and they want actions to be taken. That is all what they want. They want actions to be taken in terms of education sector, in terms of health sector, and so many social amenities. They want everything to be placed right. They seek for government intervention. And if government can just intervene, that is all. That is what they want. And I'm happy that we all have the freedom. There's no limitation. There's even freedom to vote. There's freedom of so many things. Sorry, let's take a quick call. Hello, welcome to Issue Dex program. Your name, please. Hello. Please, you can call back. You can call back to our viewers. What do you think about Democracy Day? What is the impact of Democracy Day? Please, I'm with you. You can call back. The network wants to disappoint, but it won't. Hello. 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 Okay, I'm with you. Welcome to Issue Dex. So, you can call back, please. The network is failing. You can try to call back. I'm with you. I want to hear the viewers' contributions on this matter. What do you think about Democracy Day? Hello. Welcome to Issue Dex.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Issue Dex.
Thank you.
Your name and where you are calling from?
My name is Damilola Owerye. I'm calling from Lagos,
Okay.
Nigeria.
So what do you think about Democracy Day and what is the impact democracy has on Nigeria?
Well, by the grace of God, we bless God for how far Nigeria has evolved. And we pray that God gives us sympathetic leaders that will further advance and enhance the cause of the country. Nigeria is a democratic state, and we all know that democracy means the people having a voice and having the ability to do what they want and carry out issues as they want. From time immemorial, we know that Nigeria has gone through certain growth. It's evolving. We believe that it will properly evolve. Now, the state of democracy in Nigeria now is quite lopsided. It's quite precarious, and we know that we have freedom of speech, but there is this thing that they say that this freedom of that speech cannot be guaranteed. Until we get to a situation where when people say we are not pushed, the democracy that actually is not stomach infrastructure, then we can openly say that Nigeria has become a fully democratic state. Right now, many of our democratic practices are because people are hungry and they only do what they feel would satisfy their personal gain. They only do what their personal gain. The vision. Democracy in Nigeria is practicing, I call it stomach infrastructure democracy. Democracy is beyond that. The democracy is the government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Now, the people being the eminent factor, the most important thing in the conversation. So, if you tell me that Nigerian is being operated by the people of our country, and we are still at this stage, at this time, we have a long way to go. But I believe that with the little exposure and knowledge that everybody is putting into it daily, we will finally get there. One thing I want everybody to also do is educate their children about the tenets of democracy. Educate their children. Talk to them. The network is failing. You can try to call back how we feel.
Okay. The network issues. Thank you so much, Damilola from Lagos. Thank you for sharing your opinions, your views, and your insights concerning these meaningful conversations. Please, you can still call back. Anyone that is interested in this conversation, please, you can call back. I guess the network is trying to fail us this afternoon, but we are not going to permit it at all. So, Democracy Day democracy is not all about election. It is more than election. I love the fact that it gives people good life. It makes us to stand on our rights and guarantee us freedom. So democracy is a journey. I believe that as time goes on, something will be done. Nigeria will get better. So we have come to the end of this program. Do you need a professional voice for your business adverts in times of radio adverts, jingle, or documentary? Kindly reach out to this number 090-5921-5017. Or do you want to advertise your business? Let us make your brand stand out. Kindly reach out to this number 090-5921-5017. I call it again 090-5921-5017. For sponsorship, if you enjoy our program, you want to make an impact on this program, you want to contribute to the development of this program, kindly reach out to this number. You are always welcome. 090-5921-5017. Let us keep this conversation going and make it more interesting. So that is all what we have for today. And next week, we are bringing another fantastic topic that will be on everyone's lips, to be hot, current, and trending topics. To watch us live and direct, kindly follow us on all our social media platforms: TikTok, Abntv Nigeria; YouTube, Abntv Nigeria; Instagram, Abntv Nigeria; Facebook, Abntv Houston; Twitter, Abntv Houston. Stay informed, stay aware, stay awake. My name remains Ifeoluwa Adesanya. See you next week. Bye.
African Broadcasting Network. African Broadcasting Network. It's all about Africa. It's all about motherland. Celebrating rich cultural heritage. ABN, celebrating Africa's rich cultural heritage.